Testing. Testing. One, two, three. Good.
Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to the Archbishop Ryan Boys Basketball Network. Today, the Raiders head down I-95 to face St. Joe Prep in this PCL quarterfinal in the 4-5 matchup. This is Ted Westervelt, and I'm here with the great Joe Sinai for Happy Hour, Joe, in the PCL playoffs. How you doing, buddy?
I'm excited.
I'm
ready to go, baby.
You're ready to,
I'm ready to go.
Good
afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon, everyone. So here we are in the Kelly Fieldhouse, in the gorgeous Kelly Fieldhouse. We'd like to thank the administrative people at St. Joe Prep for allowing us to live stream to our fans, and we're so grateful for that. And Joe, this is it. After all the stuff, after all the pregame schedules and tough games in non-league and then the league, and then we wind up here today. It's lose or go home, basically. Tell me a little bit about Archbishop Ryan's chances for today.
I feel good. I mean, it's tough to beat a team twice, let alone once in the Catholic League. And it's kind of like a revenge game. It's interesting that we're at Prep again. Last two seasons we played at Prep, and they got the better of us. But I think Ryan has matured, and we've been saying that for the last 5, 6, right, Ted, games?
Yes.
And they kind of tweaked what they needed to tweak and added some stuff, which we talked about in the previous game against Roman, and are playing well.
So Prep comes in here as the 4 seed. They have an identical 10-3 record in the PCL with Archbishop Ryan. But obviously with the head-to-head matchup, they get the home game. Archbishop Ryan coming in 5 consecutive wins, including a very impressive win against a dangerous Roman Catholic team to end the season. And that was the first win, Joe, for Joe Zaglinski team versus Roman Catholic. So really, Archbishop Ryan rising in a crescendo and playing real well.
And it's when you peak, and when you talk to the coaches, you don't want to peak too early. You want to feel like you're improving. I think Ryan's been climbing, as you said, and finished the season with a nice win over Roman at home. And Prep dropped a couple down the stretch, right?
They did. Their Prep's key losses were against Wood, Judge, and Roman. They were the 3 losses that are on their schedule. And the blemishes for Archbishop Ryan are obviously the opening night against Prep in the PCL. Yep. And then 2 heartbreakers, Wood and Newman Goretti. So that's kind of where we are. This is imagine being 10-3 in the division and being in the 5 spot. But that's the difficult nature and the challenge and the wonderfulness about being in the PCL.
Yeah, I mean, could be the best league in the country, arguably. Definitely, I believe, on the East Coast. So many top-notch players and, of course, coaches in this league. It's going to be a great matchup, and Ted, I'm pumped. I'm ready to go.
I'm excited as well. You know, one of the things that we do want to, you mentioned revenge. Ryan came in here and opened up the season after a real challenging non-league schedule.
Yep.
And they came in here to the Kelly Center and held a 30-19 lead at halftime. Lead got cut to 45-38 in the third quarter, and then the wheels kind of fell off a little bit. And credit St. Joe's, they shot the lights out in that fourth quarter and created a lot of turnovers and walked away with a 57-52 victory. But we just, as we're sitting here, we're looking at box scores. Any numbers jump out from that box score for you?
Well, I think the kid Gorman on St. Joe's had a tough day.
Yes.
I know he was. I don't know if he was injured that game or thereafter. But look at the spread. If you look at the points across their top 4 players, Ted, everyone's over 10. They're so good. Yeah, they're so good. You gotta be licking your chops if you're Coach Harrigan. You got a lot of weapons, and it just seems like one of these kids make a timely shot. When I'm talking about McKee, Eberly, Harper, and Chamberlain, but well spread on that side. And then if you look at Ryan, I think the thing that jumps out at me, and I know you're going to agree, is you take that.
No, I was going to say.
I think Darren just didn't have his best night. He's usually consistent scorer in the teens, and you don't know when he's going to go off, but he just had a rough night at 6 points off of 2 or 13 shooting. That's rare.
Right.
First game, we haven't really seen that. I feel like he's been streaky, but this was not his best game.
He had a tough night against Newman Goretti. He was held under 10 points, but he's on the ball so much. The number here's a big number, and this is one of the things that we've talked about during the year is taking care of the basketball, especially at key times at the end of quarter, end of half, and obviously the end of game. Look at the turnover. 16 turnovers Archbishop Ryan had in that first night to only 4 turnovers for the Prep. And the other number that really jumped out at me, which is kind of the opposite, it was amazing. Archbishop Ryan had 39 total rebounds to only 16 for St. Joe Prep. So
that's not going to change.
No, I don't think so either. It was just one of those. It was just a real goofy game, and if you were here, they were really in control for pretty much, I would say a good 20 to 22 minutes, and then the spot in the third quarter, Prep made a run. But I think the lesson, and I think what we want to get across to our viewers, is that just because it was a loss, yes, it is difficult, but Archbishop Ryan it's a different team. I think it's fair to say that it's a little bit of a different team. The team has progressed, and they're playing a little bit of different basketball. Especially
with the turnovers. And St. Joe's, they get after you. They're not really a big team, but they are handsy, get deflections, and if you're sloppy with the ball, they're going to take advantage. But I don't see, like I said earlier, I don't think you're going to see a difference in the rebounding war, if you will. Ryan's going to have a huge advantage. And it's on the defensive end for Ryan, can they keep these guards from going off? It's going to be a difficult task today.
It's funny. Well, first of all, before we go any further, you had a chance to talk to, actually it was really nice that Coach Jason Harrigan gave you some time before the game. You want to just tell us a little bit about that conversation?
Yeah, I was here when the birds were chirping at 6 a.m. I snuck in for a window. But Coach Harrigan was kind enough. I think he felt pity on me. He might have thought I was a homeless guy. But he let me in, and I asked him a couple basic questions, and I said, it's funny, when I asked this to everybody I interviewed before the games, Ted, it's like, what do you worry about when you play Ryan? And of course, he said they say Sorber and Williams, which is the obvious thing. But he did point on a couple other things which were a little different. One was, and we forget this because we've been so used to him, we're so spoiled, is the experience on this team. All these kids have been together for basically 2 to 3 years, right,
Correct.
Ted?
Yes.
And they've been in the playoffs. And then he also gave Coach Joey Zaglinski a nod that they're very well coached. And I think that we would agree, and most Catholic League observers would do the same. And then I went into the game when they played Ryan, why did you think you came out on top? And he just said it's kind of the opposite we've been saying with Ryan, that they closed out that game. They made some timely shots, and they kind of survived and got that first. That was a big win for them, of course. And then lastly, I asked them about the team itself, which is a good group, and most of them are going to be around next year.
Correct.
So get familiar with these names. I think Harper's the only one who's going to graduate, but they are so talented. He's seen these kids since they've been in 8th grade, and it's been fun watching them grow. And they do play a fun style. I mean, these kids are going to be jacking them up, guys. Very open, wide open offense, kind of like a 5-out. And if any one of these kids on the floor are open, it's going up. But he also said it can be frustrating as a coach sometimes because of, on their end, they don't have a Sorber.
Correct.
They don't have a big
they
guy.
lost Tristan Gillowette in the beginning of the year, and it was, and credit to Coach Harrigan because it was thought that was going to be it. And then these guys came out. They stayed hot for a while. They had that 2-game losing streak where they dropped to Judge and Wood back to back. But
two very good teams.
Yeah, two real. I mean,
Judge is tough at a home. Yeah.
I kind of liken Prep to Actually, Judge is 2.0, is Prep 2.0. I think this team's a little bit more refined, a little bit more polished. But that type of offense, Archbishop Ryan took care of. I think you're going to apply it the same way. You got to contest outside, defend.
Chase him off the 3-point line,
exactly.
make him
Fight
go for
screens,
twos,
make him go for twos exactly, and then use what is your strength. Well, you have Sorber and Murray. Don't forget about Jaden Murray. So
breakout season.
But Thomas Sorber does Thomas Sorber things. I remember being here with Mags, and it was hack a Sorber a little bit, right? Put Thomas to the line a little bit, and he's in real good form at the line. So that strategy may not be available for Prep, and I like and that gives Ryan a distinct advantage for such a unique player.
Yeah. Completely agree. And the one thing when I was talking to Coach Harrigan, he did want to do a quick shout out to all. First of all, very kind to do the interview. Didn't have to do it. He's a very busy man. He's getting ready for this game. He wanted to thank his family and his parents for support. Alumni, a lot of alumni are coming back to watch this team play. He mentioned Mo Howard specifically, but the support over the years has been monumental to keeping this program alive and really attracting top-notch kids.
We're going to get ready to go down to the floor for announcements, but it's not overstated the impact of this game on both programs. St. Joe's wants to be at the Palestra. They think they deserve to be there. Archbishop Ryan needs to be at the Palestra. This is, both teams knocked out in the quarters last year. Ryan knocked out at home the West, but the level of talent that's on the floor for Archbishop Ryan, it's such a huge game for the program. Doesn't end the season for them. They'll have districts and states, but the goal is to get the round plaque and bring it up to Academy Road.
Yeah, the Catholic League is the big prize, right, Ted? There'll be other games after this Catholic season is over, but you're right. And I think a lot of people, even the people I've talked to, the committee, they're still super high on Ryan, and they think they're capable of winning the Catholic League.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
There's no doubt that this team can do that. And we're going to get ready to go for the prayer and for the national anthem. High atop the Kelly Fieldhouse.
Yeah, my ears are popping.
Yeah, Joe Sinai along with me, Ted Westerveld, and of course, Uncle Denny on the camera. Uncle Denny coming in large to offer his. He's a legend already, Uncle Denny. But we thank you all for tuning in. Please share the link on social media, and let's get some more eyes in this game. It's happy hour basketball, PCL style.
And refrain from sending Uncle that enough.
We're going to go hot mic and live to the floor. Great atmosphere here, Joe. We got the St. Joe Prep student body bottom left, and they are in force. And Joe, this was it's an early afternoon game. Everybody else playing at night. It's not easy to.
Why, Ted?
I don't know.
Wow.
I don't know the reason, but what I do know.
About this?
What I do know, it's funny. We talked about home court advantage before. This gymnasium, this gym, this court is a big home court advantage because it's a big space to shoot in. Talk a little bit about that.
Yeah, completely agree. And I think I might have been over the top with my opinions on this court, but the backdrop is brutal. Now Ryan's played here, so no excuses, but they have nets behind the rim, but they lifted those up where there's now chairs, which helps a little bit, Ted, but the depth perception is just.
Right. I mean, you can land a small plane. You can run a small plane through here.
Yes.
The other thing is today specifically is being able to, what's more comfortable. You have to come down 95. Ryan kids had to go to class. They were in school. St. Joe Prep didn't have to. They stayed at their locker, kind of a little bit more relaxed. So, listen, we're not whining, but these are the little things. One game matters, right? So
you want all the advantages that are available to you.
Absolutely.
This game would be better played at Ryan. But Ryan's warming up, getting ready. The net is down. Halfway through warm-ups, someone hits a switch and that goes up.
The red R-back treatment, yeah?
Yeah. End of the day.
Starters for Archbishop Ryan today. It'll be Matt Johnson, sophomore, guard. Rocco Marabito, number 3, 6'3", senior, headed to Gannon. Jaden Murray, third-team All-Catholic. We didn't mention that. Third-team All-Catholic.
Yeah, we didn't get to that yet.
Darren Williams, first-team All-Catholic, 6'4", senior forward, headed to Florida Gulf Coast. And the man, number 35, the co-MVP of the Catholic League, a very prestigious honor. Thomas Sorber, 6'9", senior.
It's a pleasure to watch him play.
Absolutely. For the Hawks, Olin Chamberlain. Yes, he's related. He's a junior. He's a 6-foot guard. Jerron McKee. Yes, he's related. That's the son of Aaron McKee. He's a guard, 6'1", junior. Jordan Ellerby, 6'3", junior, who really he lit up Archbishop Ryan in the fourth quarter in their matchup earlier this year. Jalen Harper, 6'4", senior.
Nice player.
And Jackson McGuire, 6'4", senior. Now, we did get a little report from our broadcast partners next to us, the St. Joe Prep broadcast team. Let us know that Harper was questionable for tonight with a lower body injury, so let's see what happens there.
Who's that, Gavin over there giving us false information?
Gavin giving us it was good information.
Well, I got to talk to Gavin on the way out. McKee and Ellerby, first-team All-Catholic. Chamberlain Harper, second-team All-Catholic.
And here we go. We are off in
Raider ball.
Raider basketball here. That's Matt Johnson, sophomore. Raiders with the first possession. Johnson. And Williams going to fire. No good. Here comes McKee up the floor.
Ryan, a man-to-man.
Yep. Ellerby. Little move on Marabito there, but he recovered. Olin Chamberlain matched up with Williams. Almost a lost ball there.
Interesting matchups by Ryan.
And a 3. Short. Murray with the rebound. Both teams empty in their first possession. Nice entry pass to Thomas Sorber. Thomas misses the layup, expecting contact, much to the delight of this home crowd.
It's Matt Johnson on McKee.
Jackson McGuire, a little bit of trouble in the paint. St. Joe Prep, patient. That's number 3, Harper. Jackson McGuire, no.
2 good looks by Prep, didn't knock him down. Good board by Murray. A lot of colleges salivating over Jaden Murray. I know Holy Family's looking at a bunch of guys, but I think he's a get for them.
There's Murray with the entry pass to Thomas Sorber, and Thomas is fouled.
Ted, you know what I like? Who touched the ball every time down court? Sorber, baby. That's where you got to go. It's got to be high-low. I think you're going to see different defenses from both teams. Last game against Roman, Joey Z changed it up, mixed the defenses. It's hard keeping track, right, Ted?
Right.
Imagine if you're playing. Super frustrating, and I think you'll see that from Coach Harrigan too. Harrigan, excuse me.
We're 6:25 left in this first quarter, in this quarterfinal matchup, and Thomas Sorber gets us on the board here.
Tell you, we're standing up, folks, which you cannot see. We're high up. It's a great view of the game.
It is.
And I'm too pumped. I got to settle down.
Archbishop Ryan out to an early 2-0 lead, courtesy of Thomas Sorber from the charity stripe, making both. That's number 0, Owen Chamberlain. Ellerby up, blocked by Sorber.
He said no. Weak side help. You can't bring that.
Right in front of the Ryan bench.
Usually keeps that ball in play, right?
Yes.
Very rarely you see Thomas Sorber block that ball out of bounds. But, you know, Ted, I don't mind. I don't care if it landed on Girard Ave.
Like the Chamberlain and Williams matchup. Pay attention to that. This is number 3.
Matt Johnson is in complete denial, non-help defense on McKee.
Tie game. Oh, I'm sorry. Nope. That's a 3.
Yes, sir.
3-2. Williams down to Sorber. Sorber double team. Sorber up. Nope. Murray keeps the ball alive. Stripped.
Yeah, you're going to see a lot from that prep. They're undersized.
Here. Sorber changes the direction of the shot, but they're going to get number 3, Rocco, for the foul. Playoff intensity already.
Ryan's got to stick with the game plan.
Jordan Ellerby makes the first. Makes both. 5-2. Marabito. They give Murray some space. He takes the fan line jumper and he hits it.
If you're watching at home, well, I said high-low action. It's going to be there. Roman Catholic did it against the prep, and Ryan will do the same.
Oh, another one!
There we go. Stop it. Let's go. Push.
Murray kicks to Marabito, who's going to let the 3 go. Way off. Thomas can't come up with a rebound. 4:45. Sorber with 2 blocks. Stop and go, no.
Good defense by Rocco without fouling.
Murray. Johnson and Williams is going to fire, and Williams, no. Marabito comes over the top. No foul. Ball's going to stay with the Hawks, who hold a 5-4 lead with 4:17 left in this first quarter. First sub is going to be Will Lesovitz for Jackson McGuire. Again, St. Joe Prep, 17-5 overall, 10-3, identical PCL records. This is a 4-5 quarterfinal matchup. Philadelphia Catholic League. They try to get Lesovitz involved. Keeps the ball. Harper, back iron. And here comes Williams. Up the floor. He's got Murray. Murray bobbles and...
It's getting your offense.
That's right. There's Marabito. And they call the travel on Rocco.
Rocco's playing a little fast. I like the penetration. Just land on 2 and make a play.
Looks like Ryan Everett's going to check in for Rocco.
For the 2025 season, I hope the alumni get a new horn for the prep.
5-4, 3:41 left. Williams and Ellerby.
Out of control.
Yep.
Oh, he just missed that, didn't he? Great job by Everett.
Everett playing Mr. Fundamental.
Slow down, boys. Great decision.
Skip pass to Everett, and there's a foul off the ball.
23. Yep. Now that's a type of call I felt like Ted. He gets beat up, Sorber.
Right.
And that is a sign. You call that this early in the game. That's a statement. You're not going to get away with like holding and pulling them early.
Williams was left. Tough pass. Stolen by Harper. And Ellerby with the finish. 7-4 at the 3-minute mark. Everett in the corner. And another foul.
Well, yeah, if you're prep, you got to be asking yourself why. You don't want.
Who'd they get for that?
Sorber's going to wear these kids out.
Looks like they got Harper for that.
Yeah, I don't like that cheap foul there.
We'll take it. Everett wants the ball. He's going to shoot. Heavy. Murray with the rebound. That should have been a foul. That's a foul. Eyes on the floor.
Josie got it right to complain there. That was an easy call.
Possibly a makeup there. 7-4, 2:30 left. This is Harper with the ball. McKee drives and kicks. Good defense by Murray. Good defense by Murray.
I really like Ryan's man-to-man. They're not switching on the screens. They're fighting through. They're being tough. And you got to remember, you got Sorber waiting if you get beat.
Matt Johnson still in the game. Almost at the timeline there. Thomas high with the ball. Finds Everett. Everett back to Sorber for the foul line jumper. Good.
Good efficient offense. Pardon me, Ted.
No. Sorber's fourth and a steal.
Picked his pocket.
Absolutely picked him. Here comes Everett. They find Murray in the lane. Good.
Holden Caulfield with the assist. He's been dominating.
Murray with 4. Sorber with 4. 8-7 with minute 42 left.
What a run by Ryan Everett the last couple games.
Absolutely. That's Owen Chamberlain with the ball for the Hawks. Gives it to Ellerby. Ellerby. They kick. And that's going to be a kick ball. They can have that all night. I don't think Archbishop Ryan going to mind if they make that decision all night.
No. And you watch the Ryan defense. Sorber's kind of laying off. He's not hedging on the screens. Ryan's fighting through. And if you turn the corner and you get by off that screen, he's just waiting. He's lurking. And they are gun shy.
Russell checks in for Johnson. This is the big lineup here. Wow.
I've seen a lot of moving screens out there, too.
And that's a nice three by
He's been quiet.
McKee.
Yep. Big time shot, huh?
We're at 10-8. First quarter. Coming up on a minute. Oh, Williams with a little head. Out of control. Everett comes up with the ball. Maintains possession. Great look to Sorber.
Oh, get in.
Great heady play by Ryan Everett. Sorber not able to finish through contact, but another foul called.
He's doing all those little things, and that becomes contagious. How many plays has he made? He just got in the game.
3. Easy.
That settles the team down, right?
Thomas Sorber to the line. He's going to shoot 2. It's a 10-8 game. Ryan down 2. Don't say anything, Joe. 10-9.
I didn't notice Russell's in the game. Okay.
Yeah, he just came in.
Interesting in the
30 seconds ago.
matchups.
Yep.
Yeah.
So
Ryan's doing a good job of playing without failing. Tough defense.
That is good. Thomas Sorber ties the game at 10. We are at the minute mark. They're going to get,
I think Russell.
yeah, 23. I'm not used to all the data from the scoreboard that's available to us here in the lovely Kelly Center. That's number 1, McKee.
Yeah. I'm loving this defense, Ted.
Harper.
If you're at home, just watch Sorber just lingering.
And that shot is short. There's 35 seconds left. Let's see what Joe does. Oh, they're going to go right down to Sorber right away. Sorber under the basket. And good!
Pass high-low all day.
Thomas Sorber with 24 seconds gives Archbishop Ryan a 12-10 lead.
Prep's going to hold for one shot here, Ted, right? You would think.
Ryan's still in their man. Block number 3!
Plenty of time.
4!
Plenty of time.
3, 2! Russell with the shot! No good.
How many blocks? 4 blocks? 3 blocks?
I got 3. 3 blocks. 12-10 Archbishop
I'm adding
Ryan.
another one. 4. I saw 4.
I got to catch my breath. Listen, I did want to, I do have a little bit of a serious read before we go into some stuff about the second quarter. First of all, we thank the Prep family for allowing us to broadcast tonight. They're doing it with heavy hearts. They had a loss in their athletic department, one of their longtime coaches who is familiar with a lot of us up in the Northeast, Mr. Jack O'Neill, Coach O, passed away yesterday after an illness. And to say that Coach O was an institution here at the Prep and in Northeast circles, whether it's watching his granddaughters playing basketball in the Northeast or coaching soccer at Lighthouse Soccer Club, I had the absolute honor to coach with him for quite a few years, and he's been down here forever with Prep. And just our heart goes out to Jackie Jr., Anthony, Greg, and Tina, their family, and the extended family. Coach O was one of those guys. Listen, in memory of Coach O, make sure you reach out to one of your somebody who coached you when you were young and who cared about you and did it for free. Coach O was a legend, so blessings to his family at this time. But we got to talk about some basketball right now. So 12-10, I think Coach Zaglinski's happy with the first quarter?
Has to be. It was a Ryan type of pace. Some turnovers, sloppy a little bit. And that's not a humpback whale. That is the St. Joe Prep horn, just so you know.
We had Jaden Murray with 4 points in that quarter. Thomas with the balance of the points that quarter. Darren Williams quiet. Ryan Everett coming in, giving a spark, turning the game around a little bit with some steals, some box outs, and some deflections. So 12-10, here we go.
Very quiet quarter for McKee. The honorable mention,
McKee had 3.
All-American.
Ellerby with 4, Harper with a 3. So that gets us to 12-10. Archbishop Ryan in the lead. And there's a stop and pop, and no good.
That was a bad shot. I'm not sure. He's a good player, and I'm sure he can make that shot from time to time. But he was thinking one thing.
This is the 6'5" junior Brandon Russell on the ball. They get it down. Super triple team. Murray flashes and good.
Great pass by Thomas. High-low. Love it. Watch that 4 and 5 action, folks at home. They are very physical, Ryan, on defense.
Oh, almost there by Everett too.
Good ball pressure.
14-10.
Ryan just looks hungry, don't they?
Yes, they do. Try the cut, and they're going to get Russell with a foul.
That's 2.
That's 2 on him.
It was a good pass.
No, you know what? They're only showing 1. on the scoreboard, so we're going to stay with them as one.
Ted, you're never wrong. So.
Oh, Everett with a steal.
That's another foul. You got to call that, ref. I think you heard me, folks. We're pretty high up, though.
Another steal by Everett.
Run your offense.
Skip pass to Everett. Williams, seal off by Thomas. He puts the ball on the floor and loses it. Unlucky there. Here comes the prep. They kick to Chamberlain. No good. Thomas with a big rebound. Big tip.
You got advantage here if you run the floor.
Everett by himself. 4-3. Long. Thomas with position. Rebound offensive. He's fouled. Thomas Sorber fouled.
Ted, I don't think that, I think the strategy, or at least it's what they're playing, every time Sorber gets the ball underneath, they're getting him if he has the ball low. They're going to smack him or try to get a steal.
Sure.
But clearly, their strategy is to foul Thomas. Or not let him get layups at least. Maybe it's not the foul. I mean, he got fouled 3 times there.
Absolutely. Judge doesn't have anybody in any foul trouble. That foul is on McGuire.
I think you're right, Ted. Russell still reads 1. I don't know who they get out of the foul to.
Thomas misses. It's his first miss. 14-10 with 6:18 left.
Let's get that out of the way, that miss, right, Ted?
That's right.
Great environment here.
I can't tell what they're serenading Thomas with. He misses both. They think it worked. Harper. This is McKee. He kicks and blocked again. Here comes Everett. He's got numbers. Oh, great dish to Williams! Darren Williams, welcome to the quarterfinal. His first points of the night on a great feed by Ryan Everett. Good hands by Darren Williams.
I just feel like, and I don't know if you get the feeling at home, folks. Doesn't it seem like Ryan knows every single thing they're running?
Give a shout out to Mags, who's in Florida with some Ryan guys. Thanks for checking in, Mags. This is fun. 16-10, Ryan with the lead. Here's the kick, pump. Good defense. Thomas Sorber with the big rebound. He's going to outlet to Williams. Has he? Good. Don't get Darren Williams hot. 18-10. Archbishop Ryan.
He had to call a timeout there.
Yes, he did.
He had to. You have Williams making a first jump shot, right? We're up 8, and they can't get in a groove. I really think it's the where they have positioned Sorber. The kid he's playing, I'm sorry I forgot his name. He's not a scoring threat, right?
That's got Sorber? Yeah, that would be Jackson McGuire.
Yeah, right now in this game thus far, he's not been a scoring threat. He's not even looking to shoot. So Thomas is lingering, and they have so much pressure on the ball, very physical on the perimeter, and they're letting them play, which is to our advantage, and you just have Sorber waiting.
Right.
Now, if you're an offensive player or a guard, that's something you don't, it's disruptive, Ted.
Just about ready to come out of this full timeout. Ryan up 8. 18-10. Thank you so much for tuning in. This is Ted Westervelt with the great Joe Sinai. And, of course, Uncle Denny doing a heck of a job on the camera. Quarterfinal playoff action here at the Kelly Fieldhouse on the campus of St. Joe's Prep.
Let's see what St. Joe's dials up after that timeout.
See what defense actually Ryan goes into, see if they stay in their man. 18-10, 5:26 left. Ellerby with the ball. Guarded by Russell. Off the screen. No shot available. Step back 3, good.
Tough shot.
Jaron McKee, that's right, that's a tough shot. Cuts that lead to 5. That's a good play coming out of that timeout, Joe. Ryan brings the ball over timeline. Ball to Russell. Handoff. Ooh. Williams in the paint. Kicks. Everett. Swing. Everett tried to go to Thomas there. Ellerby went to the dish hard. Foul. Looks like Everett's going to get called for that.
That last possession, I thought Everett had Williams in the corner.
Yeah.
But, again, it's a type of aggressive mistake. He's trying to get to Sorber. Can't win every possession. St. Joe Prep took advantage.
And Ellerby misses. Thomas Sorber talking it over with Ryan Everett. Team is fully engaged.
I feel like they cut down the turnovers this quarter, Ryan, and having success. McKee's just a patient kid.
Yep. 4:30 left, coming up on the midway point of this second quarter.
Prep goes into the matchup. Someone's got to get in that foul line.
Quick pace to this game.
There it is.
There it is.
There's the pass.
Oh, they tried. Thomas gets his own rebound. Not fouled, gets another rebound. And the ball's going to stay with Archbishop Ryan. No foul called. Good activity under the basket, both teams.
There's that high-low action that's going to be there.
There's Murray.
Watch for the inbounder.
They had Williams right there for a minute, for a second. Everett on the wing. Williams.
Oh, that's
from
deep.
City Hall. No. Big. Oh, and that ball's going to stay.
Now, the one thing I'm going to point out, that long three, even though he missed it, that drags the defense out, and it's basically one-on-one with Sorb underneath.
Correct.
So if it's a soft miss or in the basket, he's going to eat that up.
Everett in the corner. He's going to fire. No good. Just off the mark. Oh, that Thomas got a block. They're going to call a foul on. They're going to call the foul on 35. That's his first. Number 23, the sophomore, Will Lesovitz, will go to the line for two. And has an opportunity to bring this lead that Archbishop Ryan held. It was as high as 8. He's got it down to 2. It's 18-16, 3:40 remaining in the half.
Big shot, foul by the sophomore. Some kind of trapping defense here.
Murray. The bodies all around. Sorber. Williams for 3. Goes! And he tells the bench about it. Darren Williams.
Get hot, kid. Get hot.
7 points this quarter, 21-16.
Oh, it's a walk.
That's a walk because the eclipse happened. Credit that to Thomas Sorber.
And I feel like Ellerby's trying to force in the action. I like the aggressiveness, but laying on 2 and find that shooter. He's a good player, this kid Ellerby.
Ryan student body making their way down. Everett. This rotation playing very well for Coach Zaglinski. Williams, marked by Chamberlain. 3 players collapse, you see, and ball stolen. Nice defense there by the Hawks.
That's a tough turnover because
Yeah.
Ryan just hit the 3 down there.
Good defense by Murray. McKee could not shake him. 2:35 left. 21-16. Ryan in the lead. No good. Here comes Russell. Ryan looking to run a little bit. Got some space. The lob. Position. Blocked. Great block by McKee. Harper in the open floor.
Good sportsmanship.
Hard foul. Jordan Ellerby and Brandon Russell discussing the play. I wouldn't wolf if I was anybody down there. Brandon Russell, 6'5", he ain't backing down from anybody. 21-16, good composure.
Great pass there, too, on that break.
Yes, it was. Joe makes a good substitution there. Gets Johnson in the game for Russell. Calm him down.
Over the pass.
And a rebound by Jordan Ellerby.
Great effort. Great hustle play.
Yes. 4-point lead. We're at the 2-minute mark left off the screen. Lesevich tries to fill. Here comes Williams. Williams slows it down. Murray hangs, fires, rebound, Sorber. Up, good. Thomas Sorber having his way.
Yeah, he's frustrated. Delayed game on Sorber, warning.
23-17, Archbishop Ryan. Darren Williams heating up in the second quarter with 7 points.
So we got 1:40 left, prep ball. They're up 6, Ryan's up 6. And let's see how we close this half out.
Exactly, minute 39.
Both teams have played well.
Thomas Sorber with 10 and 3 blocks. That's Owen Chamberlain. Ellerby, number 2. Good defense by Williams, hawking him. Nice spin. And a dish. And they're going to call goaltend? Or they're going to call a foul?
No, I think Sorber got the rim on that.
Yep. Was that on? Who got that, Ellerby?
I thought that was Harper. Ellerby with the pass.
Ryan with a minute 10 left. Great game here. We have here going on down 17th and Girard Avenue.
That foul line's open.
Matt Johnson's going to float one. No. Harper. They find Chamberlain. They kick. Good defense by the Raiders. Good hands. Little spot up jumpers. Good by Owen Chamberlain. Nice play. That's his first bucket of the game. 28 seconds left.
Matt Johnson, aggressive play there, just missed the bucket.
Ryan plays their cards right. They can go into halftime with a lead here on the road. 15 seconds. Murray in the lane. He's going to put it up. He's going to get fouled. It's going to go.
Finish. What a finish. That's his strength.
Jaden Murray.
Big bucket.
Right in front of the prep student body. Got quiet for a second there.
You go from a 2-point advantage maybe to a 5-point advantage. 10 seconds left, Ted, for prep to get something going on, come back the other way. And Ryan does not have a foul to give. They have 4 fouls.
Matt Gorman checking in. He's a long-range shooter. He's been hobbled with some injuries. Murray, heavy. 9, 8, 7, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Gorman for 3. No, short and no foul. And Archbishop Ryan 25, St. Joe Prep 21. That was fun.
Oh, yeah.
This is Ted Westervelt along with Joe Sinai here high atop the Kelly Fieldhouse, bringing you today's Catholic League quarterfinal.
17th and Girard.
Yeah. Speedy Morris Court. Joe, we are the early game today.
Why? I'm just going to keep on asking.
I don't ask. But listen, for those of you who want a doubleheader of basketball, make sure you check into Bob Long Sports tonight at 7 o'clock. He's going to have the Wood Judge game. You can't go there. The tickets are all sold out. Check it out on Bob Long Sports. Bob does a great job. He's a good friend to our broadcasts, and I think actually he's going to be doing jobs into the semifinals and finals possibly. So, also today is Newman Goretti faces Carroll. Newman Goretti, the 2 seed. Carroll, the 7 seed. They defeated Bonner 66-51, and Roman draws O'Hara. Fran O'Hanlon. O'Hara down 11 points with 5 minutes left in that game to come back and win. They beat Devon Prep. So
At Devon.
That's your PCL matchup tonight. Winner of tonight's game will play in the semifinals on February 21st at the Palestra, and the final February 26th at the Palestra. Get your tickets now if you can order them online. If you want to go, you could probably scalp them. I didn't say that. They can go up on StubHub.
I can give you the committee picks for those games.
Yeah, go through it.
Just remind me. So you have the Judge and Wood. The committee has that game is at Wood, and the committee has Wood coming out on top. Newman Goretti, Carroll. Carroll has won a bunch of games down the stretch. They're super tough out, and the committee has Newman coming out on top of that game. And then finally, I think the easiest game to pick is the Roman O'Hara. Even though O'Hara came off a very emotional win over Devon Prep, as we mentioned, we have Roman out on top. And I'm not going to even tell you who we have in this game. Ryan's playing great. I like what I'm seeing, Ted. I wish we could have squeezed more out of that half. We had a nice lead. Was it 18-10 at one point? And it seems familiar, right? And you see Darren hitting a couple shots.
Right.
Jaden Murray playing well. Defense has been tremendous, but you also realize on the other side why Prep is here. They're hanging around. They have some big-time players.
They do. They absolutely do have that. And that four-guard, it's a four-guard offense. They look like almost like four clones. And I say that as a compliment because they all can score the ball. And they can all shoot.
Yeah, Ellerbreeze, I didn't realize how tough that kid is. He plays super hard.
Yes.
I know I gave him a flack for that one possession, but that kid plays hard. And he's out there to win. Really, really impressed with him so far. And like McKee's quiet, but what does he have? 2 threes? 3 threes?
Exactly.
You don't even know he's out there. And then all of a sudden, boom, boom, he kept him in the game. Interesting half.
Well, Ryan,
feeling good going into halftime, but I think Joey's going to tell them we left some points on the board. Would you agree, Ted?
Yeah, I would agree. I mean, it was obvious that their game plan was Thomas.
Yeah.
And I thought it was effective also. 12-10 at the end of the first quarter. How are you? 25-21. Ryan at one point had an 18-10 lead. Big substitution. We got to be honest. Ryan Everett came in and kind of really sparked Archbishop Ryan with some really good hustle plays. Wasn't able to knock one down, but he's got 3 assists, 3 great assists actually. So that.
But all those hustle plays that turned into points. The pass before the pass, the steal. He picked I forget his pocket at half court here. He's the Bonstelli player to have for sure. For the Hawks, I have Owen Chamberlain with 2 points. McKee with 6 on 2 3-pointers. Ellerby, I have him at 5. Jalen Harper with 6, and Will Lesovitz with 2. For Archbishop Ryan, Darren Williams with 7. Sorbert 4. I have him at 10. Jaden Murray with 8. So pretty good half. All around, both teams. Good. Yeah, Prep, I feel like if you looked at, we talked about earlier, the spreading of the points, those 4 guys seem to get into 10 points or more. They seem like they're all on track.
Right.
And what impressed me with McKee is he didn't have a lot of looks to get those 2 threes.
Right.
They do the driving kick really well. It's 5 out, a lot of screens. But I just feel like on the Ryan side, it's kind of inverse to what we're typically seeing. Those kids do score typically outside of Sorber. However, he's on the lower end right now. I expect to have a big half. Again, kudos to Prep on their approach to handling Sorber, but you can only do it for so long.
Well, I was going to say, I mean, it's not rocket science. You don't have to listen. They're just collapsing, and every time he gets the ball, there are 3 players that are surrounding him. But he's been so low. He's been getting the ball lower in the block than normal, which I think is advantage Sorber, quite frankly, because if he can, he does have the vision to kick, but go up.
You're exactly right, Ted. When you're in that lower painted area where he just dominates, his reach is incredible. I mean, he could basically be out of bounds to put the ball in, and he didn't have a great half. He missed a couple of layups that he always makes, and it was the first time I seen him to block. Yeah,
it looked like he was in some cases. It looked like he was anticipating the contact that never happened, and made the shot a little bit more difficult, but.
He'll adjust.
Well, and then you just have to be more. If you're efficient with your possessions, and get stops, which they did, I think. I'm trying to go back. I would tell you that there are 4 or 5 easy jumpers that really good looks that St. Joe Prep did not hit.
Yeah, absolutely. And this is their home court, so they can fall.
Right.
You have that like sense that this is going to be a back and forth close to the end, which I don't want. I want to be up 10 points the whole game, right? And the fourth quarter they start fouling, but you gotta like the touches to Sorber. Even though it only produced a handful of points. I think he said 4, Ted, or 6.
Yeah.
So I think both coaches have some things to kind of feel positive about, but it's going to be a battle. It's going to be intense.
Joe Sinai here with Ted Westerveld and Uncle Denny on the camera, kicking it up here with student body. Some of the student body from St. Joe Prep up in the rafters here, and they're
down to our left.
Yeah, real loud and right on the court. So, listen, we talked about it in pregame, the magnitude of this game for these programs. I mean, for St. Joe Prep to go to the Palestra, go back to the Palestra, I think has to be huge for them, especially with the group that's most of these guys are coming back. So for recruiting purposes and a lot of reasons, it's huge.
Can I say something smart?
Yeah, say something smart.
Well, when you don't go a lot, Ted, it's always big.
Well, listen,
when you're spoiled like we are, and you have a coach that finds a way.
He does. Joey finds a way.
Year after year.
This isn't a find a way year. This is, however, I think this is an expectation year. I mean, this is on.
I'm afraid to check my phone now.
The Palestra has been on their vision board from day one.
There's some fans. I guess they're Prep kids.
Yeah, I would think so. Stopping by.
A lot of loafers and cardigans walking by. Some scarves. They have packed that section, and this has been a loud arena.
They
did a good job.
Apparently they had some issues with the at the Wood game. After the Wood game, there was a big controversy where Wood players and some of the student body for Prep got into it during the handshake line.
Okay.
So that being said, when you go into the
who won that game?
Yeah, right. When you go into the opponent's barn, so to speak, you have to expect that. And by the way, this is why it's great. I mean, the energy is fantastic.
I was talking to Danny D, the athletic director, before the game, and the facilities here are top notch.
Top notch.
And he's telling me all the things they're doing, which is you just it doesn't even sound real. The proud alumni, the Prep, supporting the school.
And we thank
but
them.
The kids could not be nicer,
yeah.
right? Like we Ted and I are running around trying to find bathrooms. We were here early, and they don't say, hey, go down there and make a left. These kids will take you and walk you to where you need to go, which is impressive. So they're doing it right.
I had a chance to talk to their broadcast crew, a bunch of fine young men who were into basketball, knew their numbers, knew their stats. They're broadcasting as well. We're getting ready for action here, 25-21. Getting ready to start the third quarter. I want to give a shout out to my good friend, Ryan Haney, the OG here on the broadcast team, saying hello. Don't be afraid to check in with us and let us know that you're listening. Please share the link. Text it to your buddies. That basketball alumni text thread, everybody better be on this game. It's happy hour, Joey. 25-21. Archbishop Ryan, 16 minutes away from going to the Catholic League semifinals, and they start off this half with the ball. Interesting lineup here.
Prep starts out man-to-man.
Everett
oh, no, it's her matchup. Sorry, Ted.
Everett stays in the game. Here goes Williams from downtown. Short.
Oh, everyone almost got that. Good rebound by McKee. Another good look.
25-21 on the ball. Olin Chamberlain for the Hawks. Matched up with Ryan Everett starting this half. Oh, that's good hands by Williams. He's going to get out in front. What happens here? Darren Williams and one! Darren Williams!
He's way too little. Yes.
And if there's any player on the court for Archbishop Ryan who plays with that emotion and gets going, it's him. Watch out. Darren Williams. For the old-fashioned three coming up.
What a great way to start the half, right?
Seriously.
Careless turnover down that end. Easy deuce with a foul shot.
4 seniors and a sophomore on the court for Ryan.
Is that 3 fouls on Everly? Teddy, am I right? I believe it's 3 fouls.
3 fouls, that is correct, on Jordan Ellerby. Make note of that. There's Ellerby on the ball now. He's been a dynamic player this afternoon for the Hawks. McKee tries to shake Johnson. Step back, shoots. Heavy. Tough shot.
Great D by Johnson.
Absolutely. Nice rebound by Murray. Everett. Thomas trying to seal. Arms getting wrapped down there low. 4 men around. They try to force it in. No. Here comes Ellerby. He's going to take the foul line jumper. Runner. And a foul low and banked and good. Jordan Ellerby.
It's going to be interesting how Ellerby's impacted on the defensive end with having 3 fouls. I mean, it's early in the third quarter.
Yes, it is.
Big time.
That didn't stop him there, though.
No, not at all.
27-23. 6:47. We are early in this.
Foul.
Yep.
But I believe it's right call. Well officiated game. I know the coaches won't agree with me, but
Everett and Johnson. Thomas trying to seal, but they got Williams on the kick.
They need better spacing. There you go.
Everett for 3. No good. Thomas keeps the ball alive, but it's a floorboard for Olin Chamberlain. He's going to hit a pop-up 3. Olin Chamberlain, and a good answer by the Hawks, and this game is tied at 27. Just like that.
Gutsy pull-up jumper there.
Williams off the screen from 15. Good. Darren Williams.
This is the type of half it's going to be, Ted. Don't you feel it? Back and forth. Kids are making plays, big-time plays on both ends.
Ellerby on the ball with Williams. 2-point lead for Archbishop Ryan. Thank you for tuning in. Here goes McKee. Foul line. Good defense by Johnson. Interrupt the shot. Sorber with another rebound. And they wanted to go to Williams there because he's feeling it.
I felt like he had the advantage if he could get that through. I'm always going to say that's got to be a bounce pass, but I don't know if that would have got through. But I like the way he's looking up court and advancing the ball.
We're at the 5:38 mark. That's senior Ryan Everett on the ball with sophomore Matt Johnson. Darren Williams. He's going to launch. That's off. A little ambitious there. You heard that from up here. Probably not a bad foul.
Yeah.
His second, I believe.
Yeah. Now this is that stretch of the game where I would love to see Williams get to the hoop. Doesn't have to score it, just get to the hoop and make a play.
Watch 3, Jalen Harper trying to calm down his squad. And they're going to get a foul on
moving screen.
Moving screen. Who are they going to give it to?
McGuire.
They're going to put it on 13. McGuire.
I missed how many fouls he had, Ted.
I have him at 2.
Okay.
Prep staying in the man. They can't find Sorber. Johnson gets the rebound. There goes Sorber.
Wow. Good. Way to pick him up, Maddie. Good job.
Ryan up 4, 31-27. Oh, good hands by. Oh.
I don't know why you reached there. They were in a great defensive position, right, Ted?
Yep.
That's 3 team fouls, super early.
And on number 22, Jaden Murray, that is 2 for him. Oh, a big skip pass. Short. Everett gets position, and Johnson out with the ball, out of control. Not on the line is Ellerby, who's playing with 3 fouls here. Double team.
Get back in your defense and settle down. Good job by Prep. They didn't have it. They were pushing. Very good composure and IQ.
And they didn't have it because Ryan's defense got back quick.
Yep. That's hard to do.
Here comes Chamberlain with the left. He stops. He pops. No good. We're at 4:15 mark. 31-27. Trading empty possessions here are both teams.
You think the kids are just too fired up, Ted? Coming out the half?
Good defense. Aggressive. Williams going to fire. No good. And they're going to get Everett with a foul there.
That's 4.
Darren trying to get hot.
Team fouls.
14 fouls for Archbishop Ryan. And that's Ryan Everett's 2nd foul. And a timeout. Joe, I didn't see you called that.
That was Jose. I think it's a good timeout. We got to get them settled down here on offense. They're getting open looks. They're not knocking them down. I wonder what he's going to draw up next time down.
Did he give him the full or 20?
They're sitting down, so I think that is a full.
Gotcha. Okay. (31-27). 4-point lead. Thomas Sorber leading Ryan with 12 points. Darren Williams with 11. Jaden Murray with 8.
And this is the type of pace, frenetic pace, tight ball game that the committee called. They had the lines right, Ted.
Want to give a shout out to George Karuski and the baseball boys who've given us a shout out. They're at hitting practice, getting the work in.
Brooksy.
Listening to the Sinai Westerville broadcast of this awesome quarterfinal matchup. It's a 4-point lead with just under 4.
Are we going to do the baseball thing?
I would do it, I think.
Yeah. It's got to be a balmy day.
It's got to be a good day. You got to get me a good position. You got to feed me and then get me something to drink. Here we go.
I'm an indoor cat, Ted, so the weather's got to be perfect.
This is number 3, Jalen Harper, the senior, on the ball. And he goes to Jaron McKee with his 3rd 3. And now Ryan holds a 1-point lead. Big possession for the Raiders here. Deflection by Ellerby, who's playing with 3 fouls. Darren Williams finds Sorber. Sorber's going to take a little jumper. No, it's heavy. And here come Prep. McKee on the run to the hoop. Scores.
Nice play.
And a lead for Prep. 32-31.
Very efficient.
Thomas trying to seal off. Watch the battle underneath. Entry pass and a foul. They're not going to give him the Foul was early.
Great feed by Jaden. McKee, so efficient.
Ryan Everett with the ball. Once Murray. They're going to swing it down. Darren wanted the ball. Darren shoots. Darren! Boom! Big
shot.
three. Darren Williams put the Raiders up 2.
What a game. What a game.
We're only in the third quarter. We got 2:30 left. Oh, that's a good shake there. Leskowitz in the corner misses badly.
Short. Yeah.
Misses badly, and Ryan, big possession again. They try to go low to Sorber. Sorber on the floor.
I don't.
Was that a travel? No. Thomas still on the floor. Sorber hurt. Oh, they get Murray. Might have shuffled his steps. Did Ellerby in the paint there. Thomas trying to catch his wind, it looks like.
So we have 2 shots down on the prep end. Murray just got his 3rd foul. And that last possession for Ryan, I think we just get it. They got to get in their set there, I think. Playing a little too fast. I love the aggressiveness of trying to getting into Thomas to get a touch, but
Thomas is going to have to leave the floor, it looks like. Yes. And Russell's going to check in. Thomas will get looked at by our trainer.
he's
Kelly.
going
He's going right back in. Once the trainer comes on the court, he has to come off the court. And to the line is number 3, the senior, Jalen Harper.
I think he can come back in after the first shot. So it would be no time missed, I believe.
You are correct.
Nope.
No, not correct.
Hold on. After the shot.
Short. Rebound. 2 minutes left here in the third quarter. And a nail biter here. Ryan holding 1. Darren tried to cut. Steps. Defended nicely by Harper, the senior. Off the screen. Williams!
Oh, called that.
Woo!
Timeout to get Sorber in. Did you see him orchestrate that play?
Yes, I did.
I was going to say something, Ted, and sometimes patience is a virtue. Big time shot. After big time shot.
17 points.
This game's nuts.
After being held scoreless in the first quarter, Darren Williams on his heater. Archbishop Ryan up 4.
Bananas. This game's bananas.
Don't spell it. B-A-N-A-N-A-S.
Where's our counterparts? Where's Gavin at? He won't even look over here.
No, he won't. Actually, we had a great
We're
time.
the old guys.
We had a great time with the St. Joe broadcast crew, student broadcast crew. And
let's just say they can't buy cigarettes yet.
Oh, my goodness. Sorber will check back in. Minute 40. 9 minutes and 40 seconds to get to the Palestra. 37-33. Send the link out. Share with your buddies. Share with your families and cousins. Anybody who's a Ryan grad, they're going to want to watch this.
So we're back in. Clock didn't start, I think.
Yes, some housekeeping down on the court.
Fine officiating staff, refs all over it. No, you know what? It shouldn't have started because it was rolling. I don't know what the call was there. I missed it.
Here comes Pratt. That's number 3. Harper. McKee. Well defended by Williams. Thomas was eyeing it up. He affected that shot. We got numbers is right. Everett finds Russell. Bobbles. Russell's going to take it to the hoop. Russell! Big shot, Brandon Russell. His first two were a big two. 39-33 at the minute mark.
Elbury fell down after that miss and could not. Oh, don't foul, kid.
Oh, whoa.
Got him.
And they got him with the travel. Yes, they do.
Let's go. We need another good possession here, Ted.
59 seconds and a timeout on the floor.
The Ryan fans are coming alive.
Open palms. Ryan's in a good spot right now. Prep's got to get it together with this timeout.
That was a bad turnover on the Prep side. Ryan, I think. What do you think he goes for here? Go ahead, sorry.
I was going to say, that play broke down. It was odd, that play, and he found himself with the ball in a spot that he probably isn't used to and traveled. What do I think? Joe's been pretty good with choreo quarter to the fourth quarter. You're asking me, I think he tries to go for a late shot with an opportunity to be up 9.
Yeah, I agree. You get one shot here. And again, I think McGuire got stuck there, not being a threat on offense.
Correct.
I think that put him at a disadvantage, and it was in front of the whole gym.
Right.
So he got caught. I think I would like to see him. He doesn't do this usually. Maybe do something where you use Sorber as bait, and you get Mary a clean, nice
off
look.
Dunkers, maybe off
4 feet from the basket, but that's why he gets paid the big bucks.
Prep with only 3 fouls, so
yeah, they had a foul to give.
They have the foul to give, and are they gonna put pressure?
Yeah, I think it'll probably be token pressure here. They're gonna go right back into their zone. Ryan's just got to be composed and just pass the ball through this.
Russell's got to get the ball over the timeline, and they do.
Just reset.
50 seconds left. Russell, Everett, Williams.
Plenty of time.
Williams guarded by Chamberlain. 35 seconds. Ryan taking the air out of the ball here a little bit. Everett directing traffic. And now we're at 25 seconds left. Archbishop Ryan going to go.
This is old school Catholic League, milking that clock.
I call it the Carl Arragale. 15 seconds.
Up shot front, we would have had 15 shots up by now.
10.
On both ends.
8. Murray with the ball. 6, 5, 4, 3. Everett, 2. He pumps, he shoots. No good.
Good look.
Good look, and Archbishop Ryan up 6, and that was, I'll tell you what, I'm okay with that possession right there.
You preserve the lead. You fight another day. No turnovers, Ted. Things we had trouble with in our 3 losses and early in the season. You got a 6-point lead. Not enough for me. You know that. There's 8 minutes left.
Hey, I'm gonna show Archbishop Ryan Lacrosse some love. They're having their Quizzo night Friday, March 8th. Doors open 6:30. $10 pre, $15 at the door. Have a good Quizzo night on behalf of Archbishop Ryan Lacrosse. We got a lot of eyes and ears on this telecast, so that was a valuable read right there.
Yeah. The prep kids are booing our cheerleaders. That gets me upset, Ted.
A little bit. And that's our PIAA state champion cheer squad, by the way.
Where's the
don't say it. Don't say it. Don't say it. You're going to get us canceled.
Okay. I was looking for I don't see any congratulations to the champs.
By the way, the horn, if I had my friend Ryan Haney here, he would tell you in the red book, the horn is not allowed.
Oh, okay.
He would tell you the horn is not allowed. Thank you so much for tuning in. 8 minutes from the Palestra. Archbishop Ryan on the road, the 5 seed.
So close, Ted.
I know.
So close,
I'm
dude.
not going to lie. I'm a little, my stomach is
We're
going.
standing. I get ants in my pants. I can't stand still up here. I want these kids to win so bad.
On the ball, Jordan Ellerby for prep. He's got 3 fouls. Harper. Over Sorber. Tough shot is right.
That was a nice bucket.
On the floor is Ryan's big lineup with Everett, Russell, Murray, Williams, and Sorber. Look at the bodies around Sorber. I mean, somebody's open. Everett's open in that corner right there, or that wing, excuse me.
I like the patience. Russell had a shot there. Good. We just took a minute off the clock with this possession.
It's a 4-point game. Archbishop Ryan showing some discipline.
I'm loving it.
Mary tries to dribble with 2 players. They go down low to Sorber. Sorber's in the block, and he's fouled early.
Is it it's on McKee?
Looks like it's on McKee, and that's probably his first. Best thing for, hey, listen, if they're going to take time like this, load up them fouls.
We got 5 more possessions, kid.
Yep.
We got 5 more possessions. That's not how it's going to play out, but let's get a good look here.
Look at triple teamed. And Matt Johnson. We're at the 6:40 mark now. Ryan with patience.
If you're prepped, you might have to do something different if this goes on for this.
They're collapsing so much on Sorber, it's tough.
It's a foul.
Mary's going to shoot. No. Empty possession.
That was a foul, or on the catch. In my humble opinion. We have a great view up here, though.
Owen Chamberlain looking, trying to get a screen from McGuire, can't get it. Harper to his right, spins in the paint. Oh, a little show. Sorber closes it down. Another one.
It's a lot of pump fakes.
Archbishop Ryan hangs in. We're at the 5:54 mark. Jordan Ellerby, number 2.
I feel like Ellerby's going to attack here.
Screen. Ellerby with a foul line elbow jumper, and it's way off. And that's a foul.
That's 2 fouls, team fouls. I could read Ellerby's body language.
Yeah.
He was going to get a look. Now, that was a good look.
That's Harper's.
Coach is talking about it.
Second foul. 39-35. Ryan with a 4-point lead. End the ball. Oh, that's a good look. Mary misses the layup, and Thomas Sorber misses the putback. Sorber with his own offensive rebound, and he is absolutely mugged.
Jaden Mary missed a bunny there. He would want that back. But good set. It's the play that I wanted at the end of the quarter, right?
Yeah.
They got it.
So that's 3 team fouls for
Thomas. Everyone's got to play smart. Check your emotions.
Ball to Everett. 5:20. Time is ticking. It is tense in this building. They're going to get a 4th foul. Got to call it, is right.
It was the correct call. I thought he was going to call that earlier. Maybe he was going to see what the outcome of that play.
He might need a tetanus shot after that.
Yeah. Good patience by the ref. It's the right call.
And that's 4 fouls on Jackson McGuire. Underneath, the Sorber stuffs it.
Wow. What a pretty play. Let's go.
And here we go on the turnover. 41-35. Oh, they tried to go down the... Here comes Prep. Oh, he ran with the ball, but Russell bailed him out.
I want that possession back, Ted.
Yeah, it was good call. And good hustle by Prep.
Another, you know what it is? You get so excited by that block.
Right.
And you see the Prep kid on the ground, and you have that advantage. But Prep did a great job getting back. You just couldn't get an advantage there. 4 fouls by the Prep? Yeah.
41-35.
And remember the new rules. The next foul, Ryan's shooting 2 foul shots. So it behooves them to be aggressive and attack the basket.
Did you say behooves?
I did.
Excellent. That's a St. Joe Prep word.
It sure is. Sure is.
Everybody gets a chance to take their breath, a little momentum. You just got tense in here a little bit. It's a little bit.
Stop, Ted. I'm gonna get. It's too intense.
Student body quiet. They're gonna let Ellerby, who's playing with the 3 fouls now, he's gonna get marked by Russell.
There's that high screen.
Yep.
And he goes attack.
The runner's good.
Yep.
That was too easy.
It was a good screen.
The ball's going to stay with Archbishop Ryan. A little lazy pass there. It's still a 4-point lead.
You got to use some ball fakes. Take your time. Make the defense run in circles.
4:32. Russell to Murray and Everett. Thomas trying to get position. Williams drives and kicks to Everett for a big 3. No. Oh, what they call an offensive foul push.
That is Everett's fourth. No, that is Mary's 4th.
Jade and Mary all of a sudden in foul trouble.
Ryan had a couple possessions there. Could have got above 6. Prep's got it to 4. This is a battle.
Ellerby on the ball. Nice cut.
Great play. Good play design.
It's a 2-point game at the 4-minute mark. Murray to Sorber. Another flush. Thomas Sorber. Just like that. Good answer. His second dunk of the quarter. Lead back up to 4. We're at 3:41. Stay tuned. Chamberlain guarded by Everett. He's going to take him left. He stops, he pops, scores. Oh, Chamberlain, that's a big time bucket there.
Yep, good defense, better offense.
3:20. Down to the wire, what else?
Prep is sticking with this token pressure to 2-3.
Everett puts the Thomas in traffic. Big skip pass to Williams. Williams shows. Pops!
Are you kidding me?
Darren Williams!
Wow. What a pass by Sorber. Look at, the vision, right? How difficult a pass. You're a big guy, your back's facing the basket, you have the IQ to throw it to a wide open Williams, but even hit catch. Play slow, pump fake, dribble. What a shot, dude.
Unbelievable shot.
What a shot.
Here we are at 46-41. St. Joe Prep has 14 fouls, Ryan 2. The next foul, is it 5 then or is it 5? I always forget.
Excuse me?
Is it 5 and then on the 5th one?
On the 5th you're shooting,
correct.
Yeah.
So, to our fans at home, I think advantage Ryan if they can get to the line.
And remember who's in foul trouble for Ryan. You got Murray with 4, right? You got to be cautious there. And if you're the assistant coach and you're not Josie, you're constantly in his ear for the rest of the game. You got 4. You got 4. No, and he did have a cheap one in the first half. They add up. They add up. What a shot.
Thank you all for checking in all over the place. We have Uncle Timmy Lazorko checking in, saying hi to Timmy down in Florida. And now Teddy West, class of 21, checking in from Virginia, watching exciting Catholic League basketball. We are at 2:59 left.
What is the Prep going to run? They're going to try to get the ball in the key, you think?
I think they're going to run. I think it's going to be Ellerby.
Ellerby. Joey changed the defense. They're not a man-to-man. Ate up that timeout. He hasn't really switched the defense that much, primarily because the man-to-man's been effective. Prep's only got 41 points.
Harper can't get the layup. Big miss.
Oh, he's going to foul. Slow down. He's going to foul you.
Here comes Williams. Williams shakes. Gets it to Johnson. Joe calling the play. 2:24 left. 5-point lead for the Raiders. Underneath. A missed layup by Murray. The ball goes flying everywhere. Murray misses the layup.
Wow, what a turn of events.
We have an injured player. Looks like a twisted knee.
Ankle. I think
Ankle?
he had ankle.
I shouldn't be saying that from up here, but he went down pretty. He's in a lot of pain.
Look at Joey Z talking to Murray. It's that 4 to 6 point window where Ryan has the lead, but just can't extend it.
46-41. We're at the 2:10 mark. On the floor for the Raiders, Everett, Murray, Williams, Johnson, the sophomore, and Thomas Sorber.
You got to take advantage of those kind of possessions when you're getting those 2-foot opportunities. Just didn't go for Murray.
Prep gets in their set.
This has got to be so frustrating for
There
great
goes
defense.
And there goes Ellerby with a big, big three. Wow, I told you.
Yeah, big shot.
Ellerby with 13 points.
Not afraid of the moment at all.
Not at all. Wow. Minute 54. Ryan with a 2-point lead, and they'll have the ball. And just letting you hear the energy in the building. Might be the biggest possession of the year for Archbishop Ryan. Minute 54 left. Prep comes out with number 13, Jackson McGuire, Olin Chamberlain, Jaron McKee, Jordan Ellerby, and Jalen Harper. Ryan go, Johnson, Everett, Murray, Williams, and Sorber. No, go ahead.
I thought you wrapped up. Ryan is doing a good job of taking care of the basketball, right? They miss some shots, but they just can't have careless turnovers down the stretch.
Murray gets the ball over the timeline to Thomas, who comes high to get it. Murray, he has Williams in the corner. Williams dumps and gets the foul.
There's two. It's 2 shots.
And that'll be 5 for number 13, Jackson McGuire. Thomas Sorber's going to go to the line.
He gave him good minutes.
Now checking in, number 23, Will Lesovitz, and he can shoot a little bit from the outside, so that's a little bit of an added dimension on the court here. It's a 2-point lead for Ryan with 1:30. The co-MVP at the line. And makes the first.
And I think you got to wonder, what does Joey go to on defense down here, Joey Z, right? Does he stick with that zone he just threw him? Now there was a timeout, so Coach Harrigan can make his adjustments. Does Joey Z go back to man-to-man? 1:30 left.
We're going to find out because Thomas Sorber misses. And it's a 3-point game with 1.5 minutes left. Stay tuned. Harper goes up, pass to Leftwitz, and here's the 3. Tie ball game. Jaron McKee, 1:12, 1:11, and this place is going nuts. Darren Williams on the ball for the Raiders. We're at the minute mark, Joe.
Yep, I need a long possession, right?
Yeah.
And remember, if they fail, we're shooting 2. This is why layups and foul shot are so important at every level of the game. Pro, college, high school, youth.
40 seconds left. Ryan going to hold.
Ryan's in a good position here.
Everett. They start the 5 count. Double teamed. 30 seconds. Russell plays catch with Williams. 25 seconds.
This place is about to erupt. You can feel it.
Here we go. 20 seconds.
It's like a stick of dynamite.
Everett with the ball. I'm going to give Everett space. 14 seconds. 13. 12. 10. 9. Joey gets a timeout with 7.9 seconds left.
This is too much, Ted.
I can't take it.
This is too much. I'm wearing out. What is this? What are we on?
You wore out this Berber carpet, this gorgeous Berber carpet. You wore it out here.
I should have wore flip-flops. My feet are killing me.
Who's going to be the hero here?
They're talking about it right now. I don't even want to venture a guess.
They go down low to Thomas. He kicks to Williams. And we all go home. Where are we going? We going to Chickies? What are we doing?
I am probably going to go to the Ryan O'Hara game at Holy Family.
Oh, okay.
It's on the way home, brother.
There you go. Look at you.
I would say I don't think he's drawing up anything new. I think he has something in his pocket that he he's so comfortable that will work. And I think it's sideline out of bounds. And we'll see. Plenty of time, too. I know it's, a little under 8 seconds. That's an eternity in basketball.
It's 4 to 5 dribbles.
Yeah.
Right, you taught me that last year.
You just want a good, clean look.
And here we go, 7.9 seconds. Someone's leaving broken-hearted, or we get an extra basketball. Ryan with the ball. Thank you for tuning in. Archbishop Ryan Boys Basketball Network.
Watch the lob. Watch the lob for Thomas.
Yeah, they have Jaden Murray.
They're going to empty it out.
And they're going to call another timeout. I think that's his last timeout.
No, that was the right defense for that play. If he was going to call it now.
The chess match.
You know that play he calls, right?
Yeah,
Where he empties out and it's basically a Sorber dunk. And, of course, we could be incredibly wrong.
If they score with 3 seconds or more left, Prep is so dangerous from 3. They're like 42.
Well, that last possession,
yeah.
I mean, a broken play. The best shooter on the court, McKee gets a wide open look. That was probably his cleanest look all day.
Yeah, you nailed it.
Wide open.
Great basketball game here today. Catholic League never fails to disappoint.
I wish we had 4 more quarters, Ted.
I couldn't take it.
I'm good. I'll keep rolling it.
The restroom is too far away. I wouldn't be able to get there. Murray's going to inbound the ball again. Ryan Bench standing. Everybody on their feet.
They're doubling.
Everybody on their feet in this barn here. Ball to Sorber, to Johnson. Weave to Murray, 5 seconds. Williams! Oh, he gets it! He hit it! Darren Williams!
What a play!
Unbelievable!
Oh, God! What a shot, Teddy! Well executed.
There's a second left in this game. They're going to look to see if there's more time. Darren Williams!
I think there's no time left, Ted.
Now there's one. They're going to add at least 3/4 of a second to maybe even more.
I think you run that down to 0. And
Let's get out of here.
I'm going to warm up my car right now. Remote start.
Darren Williams.
What a shot, dude.
22 points.
It can't be more than 2 seconds. There's no way it can be more than 2 seconds.
They're talking right now. They're going to 2. There's a lot of time now. They're absolutely going crazy on the Ryan sideline.
There's a lot of officials in the stands today.
A ton.
What a shot!
You can't. They got to start from underneath their basket, correct?
Yes, it's a made basket.
So they got to go
94 feet.
They got to go 94 feet, no foul.
And we talk about this all the time. So what does that mean in basketball, a timeline? That means that if you catch the ball, you can get 2 dribbles. Now, what you might see here is the Valparaiso play, where you throw the ball to someone about mid or 3/4 court. On the catch, you pass immediately to another player and get a look.
All right, here we go. Here we go.
So,
and a Ryan flag waves.
Biggest guy on the ball.
2 seconds. The big man on the ball. We're ready to go. He can run. He's out of bounds.
Yes,
he's out of bounds.
It's over. Done.
That'll do it.
That's it.
A tenth of a second. A tenth of a second.
It's over, Ted. And we dance on. And we dance on. It's over.
And Archbishop Bryan
win, baby.
Waves the flag. Waves the flag. And says, we're going to the Palestra, everybody.
Yes.
Yes.
Get that flag up here. Give me that flag.
And Joe Zaglinski gets this team back to the Palestra.
Shocks the prep.
As the prep faithful.
There's my dog, right? 5 beating the 4. The committee secures
And let's make sure.
call.
And let's make sure everybody behaves himself. What a great win for this program. Archbishop Bryan on the road. 5 seed.
Williams,
Darren Williams buried it. He buried it.
Unbelievable win. What a game. What a game.
Unbelievable game.
Dan, keep that camera rolling, please. What a shot.
St. Joe Prep. Yeah, guess what? They are going to be so nasty again next year. But Archbishop Bryan just a little bit better. Darren Williams with 22.
They had 2 guys on Sorber. I'm trying to think who made that entry pass to Williams.
And what a win.
Ryan tightened up the rotation that second half. What a great game. Jesus, I'm glad that's over, Ted.
Woo!
Where's Gavin at?
49-47.
Yo, Gav, tough one, kid. Tough one.
And then who knows? We don't know who the opponent's going to be because we need to get the results. And it looks like Coach Harrigan interested in chatting it up with some of the Ryan staff. And I'd be upset too.
He's not happy.
No, he's not.
He was definitely nicer to me during the pregame
Athletic
interview.
director's down there, Danny D. Great guy, Danny DeBernardinus.
Wow.
Just settling everybody down.
I didn't know what to say.
Well, I will say this. Archbishop Bryan came down here. When I had a chance to talk to some of the players and talk to Coach a little bit this week, and there was just an air of comp. They just really felt, especially after the Roman game, I had a chance to talk to them. They just felt so confident coming down here. Not cocky. Not they.
Oh, they played like it.
No, and I don't think they did. I don't think they did at all. And you saw a mix of the inside-out game and just enough outside production from the outside. Guys,
it felt like Ted. It felt like the Bonner game. Like the defense, they were just all over Sorber.
Yeah.
Remember? And Darren.
Well, we've talked about this with this broadcast since the West game with Coach Heimerdinger. There was just a little bit of a different edge, a little bit more of a sense of urgency. I think maybe part of it was this senior class realized it's it. It's
oh yeah.
And so all of a sudden, all the stuff that happened before the tough schedule talk and the travel, all that hangover gone, and you're like, my senior year's going to go. If we don't shape up, we're going to be in a little bit of trouble. And I think they did, and I think Coach Zaglinski coached a hell of a ball game tonight.
Yeah, no doubt. You can, the X's and O's down the stretch, out of timeouts. Even though there were some miscues on the Ryan side, on the defensive offensive end, you got to remember he's drawing that stuff up, Ted. But that Darren Williams today was unbelievable. Quiet first quarter, right?
Quiet.
Did he score? He didn't score?
He did not score in the first quarter and absolutely took over with 22 points. I would tell you that he's probably the player of the game.
Yep, Bonstelli player of the game. And this is the play I want you to think back on, and you'll remember it distinctively. The ball is at the St. Joe logo away from us. He has the ball there in his zone. He called for that screen.
Yeah, he did.
And he drilled that 3. And he could just tell he felt it. Like this was his moment,
it's
right?
One of the things watching him over the past couple of years that he does. He enjoys the moment and he rises to the moment and he feeds off it. Some kids don't.
Yeah.
He does. Not shy tonight, and they ran that play. They ran a version of that play down in Gonzaga.
Okay.
To win. He won the game with an elbow jumper at the buzzer. So.
And it was no doubt like that was in. You knew it was going in before he caught the ball.
Yep, absolutely. 49-47. I'm watching a basketball game on Wednesday night. That's all I know. We're probably not going to be able to do it, but
they can't handle you, Ted.
I can't handle this.
There's smoke coming off these microphones right now.
Serious? Screaming like a...
I don't want to leave. I just want to keep talking
We're
about
sitting
this.
here, we're like, we got to clean this up. 49-47.
Thanks, folks, for tuning in. I hope you saw most of this gem.
This was,
and it was.
It was. It absolutely was. So we're going to sign off, and this probably will not be we will get a broadcast or two maybe as playoffs continue, but we would just like to thank everybody who allow us to do this. Today we're on the road, so thank you to the prep staff. Our executive producer, President Joe Sanzanetti, executive producer Joe McFadden, athletic director and head coach Joe Zaglinski. Thank you for all the access. We've had Mags and Coach Heimerdinger, Joe Sinai and myself. We've enjoyed
What a ride.
It's been fun. So we're going to take off.
All the support.
47-49. We'll see you on Wednesday night. And remember, everybody, we are AR.